Total Quality Housekeeping Custodian Education presents Soil Identification and Cleaning. What is soil? Soil is a substance that resides where you don't want it to be. In this picture, you have a clean dish with a jelly donut on it. It looks very, very tasty, and it can inspire a sweet tooth to come alive. Yet the same jelly and sugar powder on a carpet will result in an urgent call to the custodial personnel to come and wash it away. Engine oil in a container has a positive value attached to it. We're willing to pay good money for quality engine oil, but again, a call goes to the custodial team for someone to clean up the dirty oil spots at the building's entrance. Same oil, but in the picture, the lower picture there, it's not wanted on the pavement, and therefore it has a negative value. Now, residue is also soil. The white cloth test can be embarrassing. Residue of any kind is not appealing. Sometimes you can't even see the residue, and at first glance the surface looks okay. It may seem to be dull or have a few streak marks when you look at it from a certain angle. That residue is soil. It can be caused by left behind soil after washing. If you don't do a thorough job washing, you leave a film. That film dries, and yet now you have residue. Or using too much detergent in your solution, and the detergent forces you to need a rinse, and if you don't do the rinse, you're going to have residue. Or the detergent just can't perform at a level that you need. Poorly performing detergents will leave residue. Or applying too little washing solution. Sometimes we tend to take a mop and wring it out real well and then mop a floor. Well, if you don't bring enough mopping solution to the soil, you kind of make mud out of it and you don't remove all of it. Whereas if you wet mop, you lay down enough mopping solution so that you can break through all of the soil and then go back and pick it up, and you'll have a more thorough job, and then you wouldn't leave residue. But if you damp mop and you leave soil, you're going to have residue. A clean surface is residue-free. The difference between spots and stains. A spot is a buildup of soil that can be washed away with a detergent solution. A stain, on the other hand, may look like a spot, but a stain is permanent damage to the surface, and it cannot be washed away. Many companies that make products that they call stain removers, got to be careful, because a spot remover, yes, good spot removers are out there, and they do work well. A stain remover, no. If something is stained, it's permanent, unless you repaint it or basically start from scratch and put a new surface on it. Or like with carpeting, if you stain carpeting, you replace the carpeting. Stains don't come out. Why the confusion? A poorly performing cleaning agent may not lift all of the soil in a spot. Therefore, if you've attempted it 2-3 times and you still haven't gotten it all out, you refer to it as a stain. If a detergent has the performance capacity to win the soil challenge, a spot will be removed. Now, that detergent's performance capacity is called its efficacy evaluation. A TQH certified detergent will be the best of the best because we make sure that the formulations will ensure maximum efficacy. What is cleaning? Cleaning is moving soil from where it is not wanted to where it's okay, down the drain. And once it gets down the drain, and nature takes over, because nature knows best how to recycle any soil. A clean surface is free of soil. If it's clean, that surface is sanitary. Now, since germs must live in soil for existence, when you remove the soil, you are removing the germs. A surface free of soil is also least prone for slipping. So two things happen when you take soil. One, from a health perspective, you are taking the germs. And two, from an accident perspective, you're not leaving any residue behind that could cause someone to slip and fall. So therefore, a clean surface is healthy and it's safe. How many different soils are there? There are three types of soils. One, soils that repel water and do not dissolve in water are called binders, such as grease, oil, animal fat. Binders also float in water, and that means that the colder you make water, quicker the binders will float. And also, you'll get more total suspension of the binder. You'll get them up there at the top of the water film quicker and more completely. That's why it's so important to use cold water detergent formulations. Binders act like glue to hold on to other soils, hold them together, and to the surface. If you've ever eaten chicken with your fingers, you know that you'll get that chicken fat on your fingers and it's very sticky. Well, oil is the same and grease is the same. So binders are very sticky. The second kind of soil are called particulates. They capture water, but they do not dissolve in water. You can find them in water if you've ever emptied after you've washed something and you empty out the bucket, you see a lot of grit in there at the bottom, say. Those are called particulates. They're okay. They're in the water and they'll stay in the water, and you'll find them, at the bottom of the bucket, but they don't dissolve. Sand, glass dust, grit, pottery dust, paint dust. They're gritty substances, and if they're left on a floor, they're going to cause scuffing, scratching, and you'll end up with a dull surface. And what that'll do is that'll push you to more cleanings. It'll push you to more burnishing. It's very, very important that you remove all of that every time you clean something. The third type of soil, they're called water-soluble soils. Sugar, flour, juice, dyes. Water and soil actually become like one component. Water-soluble soils are grouped as being acid or alkaline. Now, pure water is neither acid nor alkaline. Pure water is neutral. So when the soil becomes dissolved in the water, the solution becomes either acid or alkaline, depending on the soil itself. Common acid soils: dirt from outside, cola, beer, coffee, vinegar, human and animal stomach acids, most vegetables, fruits, and flowers. Common alkaline soils: soils that you'll find in a restroom, from bar soap and hand soap. Now, you'll have some acid soils in the sense of what you drag in from the hallway. So you got acid soils on your hands, you touch doors, for instance, to a toilet cabinet, that type of thing. But the greatest majority of soil are going to be alkaline from the soap, the hand soap, any bar soap that might be used in a shower, and also the minerals that are in water. Soap scum, detergent residue are alkaline. Salt and ice melter residue, mineral deposits, and rust. Let's review this class. What is soil? Soil are substances that are where you don't want them to be. A spot. is a collection of soil in greater proportions, but those spots, that collection of soil can be washed away. Now, a stain is a permanent change in the look of a surface, and those stains cannot be washed away, or else they're spots. If a stain can be washed away, it's a spot. What is cleaning? It's the process of removing soil from a surface. Types of soil: binders, particulates, and water-soluble soil. Binders are grease, oil, and animal fats. Particulates are sand, glass dust, grit, pottery dust, paint dust. Water-soluble are substances that dissolve in water, and they're going to end up being either acid or alkaline. Kinds of acid soil: Mother Earth, cola, beer, coffee, vinegar, most vegetables, flour, and vomit are acid soils. Kinds of alkaline soils: hand soap residue, detergent residue, rust, mineral residue, salt and ice melter residue. That's it for this class, and you have completed viewing a TQH training class on soil identification and cleaning. Thank you.